Hey guys, this is Jasmine from Jazz Draws Art here, and today I'm going to be talking about reasons why your art isn't improving or why it's getting worse. To many people, making art is considered to be a fun and creative way to express yourself and sometimes to help you concentrate. But what many others don't see is that art isn't always going to be consistent. It takes a lot of serious dedication and discipline. Some days you can be good and it seems like everything you make looks amazing. The next, no matter what you do, nothing goes how you want it to. And that's just kind of how it is, and you can't really help it, or so it seems. Reason number one is your art may not be as good as you want it to be. To be brutally honest, you don't draw enough. It happens. We'll think, oh, it's not turning out, but it's probably just because you're not drawing every day. Drawing every day is something that helps you get better. Sure, you can have one really good piece, and congrats, but if you're wondering why you can't make it the quality you want to make it, and you don't draw often, that may be the problem. I know it can suck to make yourself sit and draw for long periods of time, but if you were to do it even just a little bit of drawing every day, you would see your art start to improve. But why stop there? The next thing that often stops your progress is ignoring that things that you are not comfortable drawing. You all know what I'm talking about. The other eye, side profiles, hands and feet, cropping them out, or positioning the drawing so you don't have to do it will get you nowhere. That's like sweeping dust and dirt under the rug. It won't fix the problem. It's still there, it's just hidden. I know I used to do this a lot, and it only prolonged me from getting anywhere near where I wanted to be for an artist and what I wanted to draw. You can do studies of them. Even if it looks bad at first, eventually you will get better if you just keep trying. I still struggle drawing hands, but believe me, I was way worse than I am now. And the more I practice, I know I will get better in the future because that's where I started and how I ended up now. Moving on to the third reason, and this is a common but important one. Use a reference. I know some people say, oh, that's cheating, but it is so not. Of course, don't blatantly copy someone else's work, ever. And I do mean ever. Redrawing others' work for practice, but to never post it or claim it as yours is one thing. That is one way to help learn how things are formed and the way you would put things together, sure. It's another to redraw or trace and post with no credit or claiming it as yours. It's stealing, it's wrong, and it is as serious as plagiarism. It is actually stealing. Do not ever do this. But by using a reference, I mean looking up royalty-free photos or taking your own photos of yourself or your friends or nature, whatever you need, is totally fine. Learning to draw from life is a super important way to make your art better, fast. It helps you learn anatomy and realistic guidelines. You need to know the basic fundamental rules before you can bend or break them. Think about it this way. If you were to imagine in your mind someone in a dynamic pose like jumping midair from the perspective of an ant, and you were to actually look at a photo of that, there are so many parts that you probably couldn't picture in your mind because you have not memorized every angle, pose, proportion, shape there is, and how it all fits together. We are just not built to be that way right off the bat. We always need practice for that. This is why reference photos or inspiration boards are a great way to help you spot your mistakes and where to go from there. Another thing that can stunt your growth is, are you forcing yourself to draw? And what I mean by that is, I know that when I want to draw something, I can at times feel pressured to have to draw something perfect, epic, bold, or that I should be drawing something else, or what I want to draw isn't good enough. It happens all the time, even for doing my YouTube videos. I know I want to upload every week, but I try to follow what's trending, or making something that will grab someone's attention can stress me out immensely. I remember the days of having to hand in my art assignments for school, drawing what I was told to draw, and it sucked the fun out of it and turned it into a chore, to the point where I associated art with work and exhaustion instead of fun. Art always used to be my getaway and my little piece of happiness I could create myself. Don't forget to draw what you love. Draw what makes you happy. Art will always look best when you feel your best, and when you're stressed, it shows, because you didn't have the passion put into it that you will with something you love. So take time to do what you enjoy. And the final thing is to keep experimenting and practice. I know those are things you hear all the time, but it's true. Really, that's how artists get anywhere. Try things you don't normally use. You never know, you might be really good at it. As much as I love drawing, I love to do watercolor too. I still fiddle around with acrylic paint sometimes, but even though I don't like it as much, I've noticed that I can be pretty good at a lot of things if I give it a real chance, and you can too. Just keep at it, keep learning, expanding your skills, and you will get to see what you can do. Alright guys, those are my 5 reasons why your art may not be improving or getting worse, and I hope it helps you in any way. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments down below, and I'll do my best to help you out. Alright, thank you so much for watching guys. Have a good one.